Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Past the Barb. Today is December 5th. I am your host, Adam Bartusek, and once again, to my side, we have him back. It has been a while. Mr. Cody Hahner is back.
Let's go. Barely made it.
Love the energy.
Barely.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Welcome.
The whole gang's back together.
The whole gang's back.
Let's
Here
go.
we go.
Let's
Then
go.
we got no more one person holding down the whole bottom. We got Mr. Ryan Pinkalla down there.
Yeah, I'm cool with sharing now. I had my time. So we back.
And lastly, but most importantly, we got Mr. Will Stolski bringing us in from the west side.
Me and Pink, we got some good flow going here with the deer. Kind of goes into the elk and goes into the moose behind me. It's nice.
Pretty good amount of harvest happening on the bottom here.
We're heavy on horns here down in the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we are back, and we're going to try to get into some energy here. But as people know, Pink and I were just at the St. Paul Ice Show for 3 days, which that can wear you out pretty quickly. We will dive into that in a bit. But first, we kind of got to dive into some other current events going on in the world. And yeah, so first of all, Cody, current events? I mean, you got to kind of just take it from here. You've been gone for a while. So what's all going on?
I have been gone for a while, but for most of you that probably know, one of my favorite artists in the world has controversially lost his mind in Kanye West. Have you seen some of the interviews and some of the things that have been said over the course of the last couple of weeks? It is absolutely, it's pretty impressive.
It's absurd. I want to say this. When Alex Jones is trying to talk you off the ledge, you know it's really bad.
You know you're on a level. And
he's trying to back you out.
When Alex Jones is trying to do that, you're jumping off a cliff and he's trying to save you on the way down. It's been absolutely absurd, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Part of me is like, all right, let's take a deeper dive into this and let's look at where his mind is at. Is there a reasoning for this? Part of me is like, maybe there's a bigger, he's got some album coming out where he's trying to promote it.
He probably does have an album coming out.
Yes, he's trying to promote it, and by being super out there. But most of me is just, holy shit, dude, you got to shut your mouth before you ruin everything for yourself.
I know.
It has been an absolute nightmare, and believe me, I am one of his biggest fans as far as music goes, but holy Lord, when you're praising Hitler and saying that the Jews were fault for them, like the genocide of the Jewish race, the Holocaust. Like, man, you're stepping on a couple toes, I guess.
That's like unforeseen level of like
People do not like that
out there.
No, you can't do that. You can't.
Well, it's not even you can't do that. You shouldn't even how is that even a thought? Like, how are you even like?
I mean, you're in a realm where only the darkest of comedians can go. Like that's like talking.
Yes. And the messed up
he's not one of them.
He's not joking.
No,
he's not even joking. I think he's
no.
serious.
Yeah,
No.
and they go there in their stand-up routine where they're like 45 minutes in, you've been laughing at a lot of jokes and stuff that goes over the line, and they hit it, and the crowd goes, ooh. And he's like, come on.
Yeah.
That's the only time it ever gets there, and you can't go there.
I mean, I watch a lot of comedian podcasts.
Mike
and
closer
stuff
to
like
you,
that.
Cody. Mike closer to you. It's been a little while. We'll give you a break.
All right.
There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Ooh,
yep.
that's good.
Ooh, that's the spot. I listen to a lot of comedian podcasts like Tom Segura's, Bobby Lee, and they have some amazing rants on Tom Segura will go back and forth on Bobby Lee about he'll say some really racist stuff, which Bobby Lee is Asian, and it's funny to a point, but they'd never cross that super hard line. But Kanye has gone like,
I think
above and like, I mean,
he's 1,000 miles past the line.
1,000 miles past
He
the
is.
line.
He
And I
just
feel like
lived
it's one of those things where he's either absolutely lost his mind or it's some, gimmick to, promote himself even better, since now he has to pay $200K a month to Kim Kardashian for child support, which is also ridiculous.
Can we also talk about the fact
Also
that
ridiculous.
in that interview with Alex Jones that he was on, was he wearing a sock over his head the whole thing?
He was
Is that the
wearing
clip
a
I saw?
mask with a zipper, and his eyes were zippered shut.
It's called high fashion, Adam. You should look it up.
Yeah, you wouldn't
My
know.
bad.
You wouldn't, yeah. You're wearing an orange blackfish.
Yeah,
I'm wearing.
much more stylish. But yeah, very, very absurd. The whole thing. I couldn't. The Alex Jones interview put me over the top. I was like, this
Yes.
is insane.
The fact that when you saw it was an Alex Jones interview where
And
it was
he's
happening, you were
disturbed.
like, "What?"
and
he's like,
he's
okay,
disturbed.
He's like, I like the uniforms. The uniforms, okay, they're great. But he's like, no, I love Hitler. I love Hitler.
Just bad.
Look,
Uniforms.
We're
like
talking
I
about-
mean, the same guy who had the quip on Joe Rogan. Look, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah.
And then-
But it's like, dude, I know. And he's like, he just keeps saying it too. Kanye does. He's like, I love Hitler. I love Hitler.
yeah, he wouldn't even talk himself out of it.
No.
He had every avenue.
And
It was.
wouldn't he
It's,
refuse? I agree,
They
though.
ban him on Twitter.
I'm a big Kanye
Yeah.
fan too. It sucks. So
It was
It does
definitely
suck.
not a good moment.
it was
Definitely
not
not a good.
It was
moment.
not a good moment. I'm waiting for the next probably Donda chapter 3 to drop.
I
and
hope
I'll
it's
change my
something.
mind.
Yeah,
I hope it's something.
but yeah,
Man,
But
that was
yeah,
a good way to.
amazing
That was a
music.
good way to kick.
That was a
off.
good kick off,
Yeah.
Cody being back. A
Thank
little bit
you.
of Hitler talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit of the
I'm
Third
back.
Reich. Yeah.
All right, so
Comes out swinging. Okay.
Here we are.
Yay.
we'll take it over to a different line of things going on in my life. Just a quick thing.
Take her down a notch here.
Yeah, take her down a notch. I signed up for the Toyota series, so that's
Hey,
cool.
let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay.
After all the ripping we
go.
did of FLW and everything, I went that way. So here we are. But yeah,
Shame,
signed up for the
shame.
Plains division and the one on Chickamauga. If I
Yeah,
even
what a
get in
hypocrite.
one.
Man, dude, Adam. Talk about going back on your word.
Yeah. Well,
So what
actually,
are-
you want to, Hahner, did you hear? So I ended up hearing how many people have signed up for the full 9 opens. And we were talking about how many people we thought on this podcast. Did you hear what the number is?
No.
What is it?
It's over 200.
They said 250, right?
All the events,
what I
they
heard.
capped out to 250 for the first time ever, not 225. But over 200, all 9 have signed up so far.
I mean,
So it's full, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's
Yeah.
completely full. Yeah.
God, these people want to go bankrupt. I mean, good for Bass. Good for Bass.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean,
Yeah,
that
good on 'em.
shows like they're like they have such huge strength, and they're all out right now for sure.
I would imagine with that too. I have no idea if any of this is going on behind closed doors or anything for the record, but I would imagine with that many people doing it and from seeing the invitational roster and how many like longtime FLW pros or MLF pros now left to go fish the opens, I would imagine Bass is heavily looking into like full-time live coverage and Fox Sports coverage of the opens now, because I mean it is literally, I mean, the BBT obviously has really good anglers and everything on it, but like you got 1A and 1A and 1B
Mhm.
with the opens. Like the
Mhm.
field there is going to be crazy, along with probably like 50 to 100 people who just have a lot of retirement money or kids'
Yeah,
parents who paid for it all.
yeah. And I've said that, like, I've had conversations on how bass has to elevate their game to make it like a legitimate sport. And we've talked about it with like golf and stuff like that, how there's just so much more, you know, press and coverage, and like you see the ins and outs of everything that they do. And I think that's the next stepping stone for Bassmaster. It can't just be such a closed door. Like Live has done a lot for them, but there's a lot more that they can showcase. They can show, you know, not just like the buddy side of it, or like the behind the scenes, like, you know, hey, we're having fun, but like the shitty side of it, the really bad
I'm
stuff,
going broke.
or I'm going broke, or, you know, like the takeoffs, the you know, the breakdowns. Like, I think that's the stuff that they're missing, because they don't have the ability or the money to be able to show that much stuff during a certain, you know, time period that they have on what are they at? It's not Fox, it's
Yeah, they're on Fox now.
Oh, it's Fox.
Yeah.
That I don't think they have that time that they have on Fox to be able to show all that stuff. But if they're able to showcase like that cool stuff that we see every single day when we're fishing, I think that would super elevate the sport and get a lot more, you know, traction for Bassmaster, especially.
Well, and with the opens, what you also bring in is a lot of those breakdowns and crazy things that happen. They happen in the opens, not the elites, because it's boats are a little more used. People don't have as much cash. There's a lot more breakdowns, like
right,
a lot more emotional stuff going on, like, and a lot bigger field, like literally 2.5 times bigger field. So just more opportunities. So I'm excited for bass seeing that. I mean, I'm excited to go fish the Toyotas now and go do that. I mean, to be honest, the payouts on the Toyotas are way better than the opens. That's
they're
also
really
why
good.
I'm over there. But, like, being fully transparent, like if I somehow had the best year of my life and qualified for the invitationals, I don't even know if I would do it, because I don't really see myself on that side. It's just more of, I want to go fish something national, and that's the best route for me in 2023. 2024 maybe completely different, but that's just where I see it, and I want to go south. And schedule is pretty good. Get to go to Grand in March, Kentucky Barkley in April, then Chickamauga in April, and Table Rock. I think is it Table Rock or Lake of the Ozarks? I don't remember.
Either one. That sounds like a great schedule.
In September, so it'll be fun.
How big a field is that?
So they say they're going to put them at 250, but I've heard rumors that they'll fill them up to 300 plus sometimes. So I don't know.
Insanity.
It's a big derby.
Yeah, but they do have a championship. So the Toyota Series has a championship, which is also why I'm doing that. If you finish, you know, certain level in the Angler of the Year standings, I want to say it's top 20. You make the championship for $200,000, and that's going to be in the Ozark region as well. It's on the other one. So one of them's on Table Rock, one of them's on Lake of the Ozarks. I just don't remember each. So economically too, like most of those tournaments are within 12 hours of my house. And when I go to Chickamauga, like I'm already going to be at Kentucky Barkley. So it just kind of works out. So I'm excited about that. But current event wise, Stolski, what do you got going on?
So I'm going to do a little report here. So this is the Alaskan Trawl Fleet bycatch report. And so for those that don't know what the trawl fleet is or what they do,
is you know, what like we were talking about a few episodes about when you we
touched on it a little bit. So like let's say you go to McDonald's and you order a fillet of fish. That's pollock. That's the fish that's in there. And that's what the trawl fleet is trying to catch is pollock. It's like a cod basically. But they drag the bottom with these giant nets, and they're just not good for the ocean in general. But every week, the NOAA puts out the bycatch report of, you know, this is fish that they're not trying to catch, but that they get in the nets and are dead, and they throw overboard. So this was the week of November 19th. That was the last updated report. So there was 201 Chinook salmon or kings that were caught and killed in the nets. There were 88,184 pounds of halibut that were caught and killed in the nets. This is in a week's time.
God.
So that's 524 pounds every hour on the hour of the week. So 88,000 pounds of halibut that was just killed and thrown over. Then there were 2002 snow crabs that were killed and 3,885 Beardy crabs. And the crab counts, I looked into it, that does not account for partial crabs in the net or crabs that were destroyed underwater. So underwater mortality, like, because these nets, they're dragging the bottom of the ocean floor. So it's like, well, if they got 2,000 in their nets, how many more did they just roll over in the midst of a crab fishing, shutdown in the Bering Sea right now? And meanwhile, the trawl guys are just out there just raking. And I just think it's ridiculous. And people don't really know this is going on because, well, obviously it's not going to get like really talked about, but these trawl guys or the trawl fleet has like so much political power because, they're supplying fish for McDonald's and like all these and all massive retailers, Walmart, everybody. So like, of course, like they're going to get the
Huge
right to
political
fish.
push.
Yes, for sure. Like they're lining the pockets of politicians, but that's just a week's time. 88,000 pounds of halibut in 1 week. It's just, it's absurd. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, but.
Will, do you know like how does that compare to like their average bycatch reports? Is that pretty normal, or is this that's out of control high?
No, this is like right in there. Like I think the week before was actually higher than this last one.
So like I just don't get how there's not a market for this then. There's plenty of halibut boats that are bringing in that same fish anyway. Why can't they just be selling this stuff straight up?
I know. I think that's kind of the craziest part is that since it's bycatch, and I don't want to like side with them, but they have to toss it overboard. Like
because they're not in the quota for that species or whatever.
Exactly. They're allowed, the trawlers are allowed a bycatch quota. So, but the other thing is with the trawlers, and I think we kind of talked about this, is that not all of it, but a lot of it is self-reported. Like their bycatch is self-reported unless they have a NOAA like inspector on the boat. But I think only like 1 out of every 5 boats has like an actual inspector. So they're like self-reporting these numbers. So not calling these guys liars, but it leads you to believe like, well, why would you self-report, what you actually had?
You're definitely going to come in low either way
because you don't want to hit that bycatch quota, because then they will shut you down. So it's just like, I think it's so absurd. And like the trawler fleet, like really the last place that they're prevalent in the United States is the Bering Sea, like around Alaska. Like they've been shut down and off the coast of Washington, off the coast of Oregon, like because they've trawled out the fishery, so like Alaska is kind of the last spot. So I just think it's crazy that this goes on when this like state of Alaska fisheries is pretty down across not just crabs, but like king salmon, definitely. Halibut fishing is good, but it's hit or miss depending on what district you're in, and these guys just go through and just break the sea. I mean, not to mention like the damage they do to like the sea floor, so
it's just an insane amount of waste, honestly.
So much. I mean, 88,000 pounds of halibut in a week. It's just nuts.
You got to think there's some other way or something that could be handled. And like you said, with the political power and everything, the way it is, it's probably not going to change, but it would be cool if we could see something happen.
And it is catching on a little bit. I mean, there's like more, like there was that thing that I think it was on Netflix not that long ago. I can't remember what it was called. There was something on Netflix sort of about this trawl fleet. And like, I think it's starting to gain a little more ground in the state of Alaska, actually. But it's like, it's a long way to go to beat like these big political players. I mean, you're up against like some seriously big money. So
that seafood market has always been just a mess, honestly, how they run all that stuff.
Yes.
It's also got to be really hard to manage in general, just because of everything going on too.
But it was like so unregulated for so long.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah,
definitely. We'll keep an eye on that. Keep us in tune. See how that's going. Pink, what do you got going on?
Dude, honestly, I was working on this before we started because we're literally starting to film ice fishing in like a couple of days. And I know I was on the hook to put together this 360 unit. Dude, I'm getting buried. Like, I know a lot of people listening can't see this, but this is how far I am. This is where we are. This is literally
like 2 hours ago.
the handle and the base.
It's literally
I
just
have
the mounting bracket.
The pile of parts next to me is just disturbingly large. And I literally have to finish it tonight because I got to work like mega late tomorrow because I'm literally ditching work to go do this. And we're leaving on Wednesday. So,
Yeah.
I got a lot of screws laying here. I don't know. Look at this. I'm just going to lift this up. I know no one can see this, but you guys will enjoy it.
If
This
maybe
is
need
where
to
I'm
come
at.
to YouTube.
That's how close we are to having a 360 right there.
Looks like a Lego set, dude.
So
I wish. I haven't even found the instructions, dude. I just have bags of. I don't even think there is one. I don't know.
you're pretty close.
I mean,
Yeah, you got a handle. So
Just
what do you
don't
need,
take
like
it
a
not even-
transducer on there?
it's not even one piece. It's like. I don't know. Anyway,
So that's
so I
going
got
well.
a long night ahead of me, I think.
That's good. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna leave it at that, dude.
Okay. Well, also current event wise, so like we were kind of talking about, Pink and I just got back from the St. Paul Ice Show, so we're going to do a little dive into everything that happens at the St. Paul Ice Show, whether it's at the show or behind the scenes, kind of everything that goes on there. I think Will had mentioned he's been to one. Hahner, have you ever been to the St. Paul Ice Show?
I've not been to the St. Paul Ice Show, but just on your tone of voice, it sounds like a few fishing shows that I've been to, like the classic and actually, believe it or not, muskie shows. Bunch of degenerates as well.
Hahner, I think you would actually love the ice show because
I can.
Dude, there's so many musky guys there working
Yeah.
that hate ice fishing.
Yeah.
Like they're only
Yeah, like
there
me.
because they're
Like
only there
me.
because they can't afford the rods that they got for the open water season, and they're
So
like
they have to promote
slaved
something.
into working.
Yes.
They're
This
indentured-
32
they're indentured
32-inch
service.
medium,
Yeah.
extra fast ice rod. Yeah, it's one of my favorite walleye rods out there. Throw a slick spoon on it with a Magnum grub or something. I don't know what you.
You did pretty
guys
good there.
did. Was it pretty good? It
Kinda.
kind of sounded like a clam
I'd
bait,
buy it.
I guess.
I'd buy it.
You were
Free
working
shout
on it.
out, clam.
Yeah, there you go. But so kind of diving into the show. I mean, Friday was actually pretty slow, to be honest. But as most people who work the show or maybe attend the show, Friday night is like it's a big night because you see a lot of friends you only see once a year. So we all met up down at the good old St. Paul District bars and tossed a few too many back. And honestly, like, and it is important, we work really hard at the show every year and everything, but you have the one night of fun, and it's one of my favorite nights every year because you get to see so many great people that you don't get to see often.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, Pink, did you have anything crazy happen that night? We were bouncing around with Sobe, had Willard came down randomly actually, so he was hanging out with us. Yeah, Joel was there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so it was good to see Joel. Pink, you're muted.
So yeah, so
You're
a lot of guys come out for that aren't even like at the show, that just live locally anyway. But yeah, no, dude, it was a blast. Like I mean, going out like after is one thing, but then it's like the rally from everyone that's out the next day is outstanding.
It
Like,
is.
That's my favorite part. Like that Friday night is super lit, and it was. And because I think we ran it till like almost 5. I think.
I was in bed before that.
Unforgettable nights.
I was up till about 3.
Yeah.
You might find yourself 45 miles away from your current hotel,
What's
sleeping somewhere.
What's the bar with the 40s? They sell the 40 ounces. What bar is that?
That's a trailer park bar. We actually didn't go there this year, but Pink has a great story from the trailer park bar back in like 3 or 4 years ago.
Dude, I've been there.
Oh, Pink's muted again, so he's trying to dive into it. But so a few years ago, back when we were younger, in our young 20s, working the show, we had bought an Airbnb downtown before we were really doing like
it was
stuff.
across the street from the bar by downtown.
Yes, it was literally like 50 feet, 50 paces. So one night the bar closed and we're like, yeah, everybody can come over. We have more beer at our house. Just have a few more and we'll go to bed. And obviously,
mind you, there's like 200 people at this bar, and we were just like, everybody, come on.
Yeah.
everybody did.
Oh.
Of course.
Oh.
But no, Pink, I think, has one of the coolest things ever because one of the guys who did come over was Billy Linder. And we're so we're hanging out chatting old time stories with Billy Linder.
Oh,
and Pink, you can take this part away because I was in the kitchen when it was happening, but you actually have the memorabilia from it.
So this was like honestly one of my first ice shows too. So I just linked up with the boys. They had a house already and everything. I'm literally like, I got a cot set up in the kitchen of this Airbnb.
That's Pink's room. Pink wasn't working. He was just attending.
I did work that weekend.
Oh, you did?
But it was
that you were there with Frostbite.
I would just show up. No, that was different time. That was when we had that sick, like, fire station.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, so I don't even remember who I was. I was just like bouncing around. I was like helping. I think I filmed Sobe's meetup and whatever. He was there with Murray, like whatever. We had a good squad, but there was like probably 15 guys staying at that house.
Oh, and Pink just cut out.
We just lost Pink.
Right on time. And he's back. Nope, not back.
Not back. Someone had a great drinking game.
I know. I saw
going in and out.
Yeah.
You're going to be black.
Yeah, that was it.
All right. We're back. I'm going to talk quick. So Billy comes over. This dude is an absolute savage, first of all.
Yes.
And I don't know. He's not our age. I'll say that right now. You can Google it, but
65.
He rolls back, and like they had like a handler on him because he gets kind of rowdy. He did that dude at the bar. He's like, I'm rolling to your house. Nobody knew where he was. He comes to our Airbnb. He's hanging out. Everybody is hella tuned up. It's like 3 a.m. And me and Murray are sitting in the kitchen, and there's a whole group of dudes around us. And I guess when Billy gets really tuned up, he just starts like drawing stuff.
Oh God, he just cut out. So yes. So we're all sitting in the kitchen, and Billy starts drawing stuff because Billy, if you don't know, is an unbelievable artist, and he shot like all the pictures for In Fisherman, like everything. He is legend. So he starts drawing in the kitchen.
Right. So he's telling us all these insane stories from like, you know, all these times they were like in the Bahamas and like making these ocean crossings in like a 16-foot tinner and all this stuff. Just insane stories. And this is like right about the time like live scope is a thing or Panoptics is coming out, right? And he starts talking about it, and nobody else there really has it. So he's explaining like how it works and all this stuff. And he starts drawing like on some paper towels, right? And we are like not in good form at this point. But in my brain, I'm like, I somehow need to like preserve what's happening right here. So literally he's like drawing this picture and all this stuff, and he gets done, and he legit like he just signs it, right? And just like tosses it off to the side or whatever. And I coherently enough put it somewhere where I would remember where it was. And check this out. So this is a Billy Linder original. I got it framed. Okay. So this is him describing what live scope is to use for walleye fishing. And look at this shit. So he draws this in our kitchen, like blackout drunk. Okay. I don't know if you can see this.
God.
Hold it.
A paper towel. That's not on a piece of paper.
This is like 2 squares of like a Bounty paper towel. Okay. And like right here. So he signed it right there. I don't know if you can see that.
Incredible.
So this is like my prized possession right here.
I
have this on my wall.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's
so anyway.
awesome.
Yeah. People that don't know that guy. That guy is so incredibly talented at what he does. Like I've done a couple photo shoots with him before, and it is just it's so impressive. He's so like it has to be perfect.
He can see everything he shoots before he shoots it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
if it's not perfect, he's not going to accept it for himself.
Yeah.
It's so impressive.
Like
So-
definitely one of my favorite guys in the industry. For
Oh
sure.
my gosh, he's
yeah.
such a beauty. He is such a beauty.
But he's
So-
a party animal, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God.
We went
Yes.
downtown with him a couple times, and it is just like he will bury you. Like I don't care how good you
Yes.
think you are. This dude
Yes.
is next level.
I remember being in Mexico with him one time. Tequila does not affect that man. And he's like 5'4".
And he has zero
He's
shame.
like-
No shame in that man.
No, does not care.
he loves
Does
it.
not matter. He's a oh my gosh.
Billy's a legend. But,
But that
yeah,
was
so
that was past ice show. But that was
Shout
like,
out, Billy.
I had to, yeah,
Yeah.
shout out. He wasn't
But,
there this time.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
he
the
wasn't
show.
there this time. It was too bad. But Friday night was fun this time. Saturday we get to the show, and like Pink said, it's like y'all see each other again, and you're just like, oh my god, we made it.
Okay, and I
We're
will
here.
say, like I got fairly tuned up on Friday because like we went to this party that was just like open tab, like run it till bar closed basically. So what are you gonna do, right? And like there was all these people that I don't even know who they are, first of all, at the show, because there's thousands of people working there. Just like nonstop, the first couple hours of the morning walking by, how you feeling this morning? I'm like, no idea who they even are. Definitely didn't, no clue. But
Those
I
are
had
the
like
worst.
literally 50 people
We
just like checking in.
yeah. Sadly, we've developed a bit of a reputation, I think. But but we had a lot of fun, and so we have a seminar at like 1, and we all roll in, all the
Oh,
Chronicles
no.
guys. We go upstairs to do our seminar.
Oh,
I'm looking at the
no.
guys, and here's the other thing. I made this great seminar and sent it to everybody, and I'm like, hey, here we go. We're gonna go through it. And like I think Waldo had looked through it, but like everybody else was like, just run it. So we get
We're
up
thumbing
there.
through it on my phone while we're sitting in the seats from the seminar prior to ours on like a phone screen, just like, you got it? Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So we get up there and like honest, like dead serious. It's very cool, but like everybody shows up. And it's like
It
standing
was a
room only.
full house, dude. Every chair.
And we're just like, oh God. So I like introduce it and kind of get rolling a bit. And my voice is still cracking from the night before, kind of finding my voice and stuff. And I like lead it off to Pinkalla in the first slide. And he just starts talking. And he just starts going off.
Dude, I
on a
wasn't even looking at
completely
the
different
slide
tangent.
or anything. I don't
Wasn't
even
looking
know
at-
what I was saying.
And
Well,
then
at first, hey, wait. So when we first get up there, they have all these chairs set up at this table, and we're like, oh, thank God we can just sit. And Bart's just like, dude, sitting's not good for me. And I was like, we can't just one guy standing. Like we're either all in, and he's like, I can't sit. I'm like, how can you not sit, dude? Like,
I will pass out on the floor right now if I sit.
right.
Yeah.
So we stood, all of us, like 3 of us are like, we're sitting. Bart's like, I can't do it. So we're like, we're standing.
trump card. And yeah, so he goes off on a random tangent. Then Griff starts going, and we're like 4 or 5 minutes into our seminar, right? And we have like a 1-hour segment.
We haven't
I'm
even
like-
said the title yet.
We
of
haven't
the
even said the
goddamn
title.
presentation.
And I like just take over and like purposefully say the name and like go to the bullet points and point at them for the guys. And I watch Pinkalla's brain register, oh my God, there's bullet points for me to talk about.
There's people
But-
in front of me right now.
From that moment
I
on,
just-
from that moment, absolute home run for the next hour. All 4 of us.
Yeah, absolutely crushed it. Like it was really, really good. But just the start was like probably should have gone over that a little bit before. But I think everybody enjoyed it. So
Yeah,
No.
we got
Sometimes
the gears
those are the
greased up.
best ones.
So
Yep.
that was great. But anyway, so we finished the seminar. Griff has his it's his daughter's golden birthday. So he's like, bye, and literally just runs out. I look at the guys and there's people coming over to like take pictures and do some ask more questions and stuff. And I look at Pink and Waldo and I'm like, I need food now. Because it's like 2:30 and I haven't eaten yet. So I go just beeline it over to there's this little restaurant upstairs from kind of the whole show area where a lot of us eat who are working the show. And it's like the same workers every year. And I go up to the line and lady looks at me and they're a little riled up because like it's been busy or whatever. And like Saturday was really busy at the show. It should say that too. It was busier than it was last year by a landslide. It was like pre-COVID busy basically. And I get up there, they're riled up, and the lady's like, hey, it's going to be like a 30-minute wait for food. And I was like, I don't care. I grab like a Coke and some chips and order my food. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go chill and wait for my food to get made. So I go sit down in my seat and I just hear like a little bit of a chick fight kind of starting. You know how you first hear like the babbles?
Cackling.
Yeah, the cackling. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. You hear the cackling, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm sitting next to like Mike Rates and a couple other people from Clam, and we're just minding our own business. And hear the cackling get a bit louder. And the lady who took our orders was super nice. She had this green dreadlock hair, super nice lady, but the lady making food was not very nice. And suddenly all we hear is, you're fired. And it's pointing at the green haired chick lady. And it's just all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, things are happening. What's happening right now?
My brat.
And this is like in the, and this is like in the lobby of the convention center.
Yeah. Lobby of the convention center. And so like the chick's like obviously fired. So she just like slams the shit shut and like goes to leave. And I look at Race and I'm like, my sandwich, no. I'm like, no. And like they leave and we all look at each other like, wait, what happened? Like, why'd she get fired? She was really pleasant the whole time. So then we're all sitting there and I tell Rates, I'm like, she got fired. He's like, I don't think she got fired. I think she just left. I'm like, no, she got fired. And literally like main management and a security guard comes back up, goes behind while they're making food to like go pull all the stuff out. And then the cackling starts again. And there's like more yelling. And I'm just sitting there like, can I please just have my barbecue pulled pork sandwich? Like that's,
I'm just literally dying.
Yeah.
Here. I'm dying.
This
is the only I need it.
And yeah. So anyways, then she ends up leaving and we're all sitting there like, should we just go tell someone like the chick who fired the other chick was the problem? Or like what do we do? Like what do you do in that situation? Like I think it was a bad call, actually. Bad call, ref. Like bad call.
You should have done something.
I know. Well, if I would have had a sandwich about 5 minutes before she got fired, I might have. I was very hungry.
Priority. That's fair.
Yeah. So anyways, that happens. Just blows my mind. And then so then that Saturday finishes. Sobe has his meetup and there is just like ungodly amount of people there. I bet I don't know, Pink, what do you think he pulled? Like 400 people?
At least. I mean, he had a solid 50-person deep line for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool to see, like from someone we grew up with and like literally did all this in the industry with. Really cool to see. So we're there the whole day and then we go over to the hotel and we had actually all the guys try our new beer that is finished. So that'll be like being launched this week. And
can you send can you distribute that? Like, could you send some?
I don't think I can mail that.
We'll get you some. We'll
figure something out. Will.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home around Thanksgiving or Christmas. Yeah, I'll be home.
Yeah, around Christmas we'll get some to you. But yeah, so we go to there's a birthday party for Dave Gans. We all hang out and have some drinks, and then it's like 10. And mind you, like
you got to. They ran out of food because we went to go drink beer.
That's right.
We went up to our room
for 20 minutes.
Everything's gone. So they end up ordering us some pizzas.
Yes, they ordered some pizzas. So we hang around there having some drinks, waiting for some pizza to show up. And then it's about 10. Mind you, night before, we're out pretty late. So me and Pink look at each other like, hey, we're going to go over to our buddy's Airbnb.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? We're just going to have a couple drinks and then we're going to Uber back home. And actually, I mean, that's what we did. Like we did do that. We went over there, had a few drinks. There was a lot of people there. The Airbnb had a stripper pole and a pool table, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
Didn't suck. I mean, I had a great time.
Yeah. So,
and I feel like there's something else here.
Well, there were some people that had less fun.
There's some people that had a very bad time at about 2:30. But
But we're not allowed to talk about that.
Well,
apparently.
but the best, I think the best
or
part of the whole thing, Pink, was at 2:30. You and I ordered an Uber
Spill the
back, and we
beans.
have the most legendary Uber driver of all time drive us back to the hotel.
It was unreal. But we did leave a casualty at the Airbnb. But
We did. We left a casualty at the Airbnb, who in the morning sent a group text that just said, "Where am I?"
genuinely,
Those are not my
Genuine, where
favorite.
am I?
You're
but
alive, though. You know, I mean, he was
Yeah.
alive and breathing.
That
We've
was
all
the best
been there.
part. He's alive. But so I ordered this Airbnb, and Pink and I jump in.
Uber.
Order an Uber, not an Airbnb. And Uber gets there, go hop in. You know,
Well, Bart says the driver's name is Richard, and I'm like, perfect. I was like, hope we can call him Dick as we're walking to the car. First thing Bart says when we get in the car.
I go, "Hey, Richard." He's like, "Yep." Adam. I'm like, "Yep. Hope I can call you Dick." He's like, "That's my name."
Perfect. And
Well,
what
then-
this Uber ride is approximately 8 minutes maximum, right?
Yeah, 8 minutes. It was an 8-minute Uber. And Pink, I'll let you take away. You can.
What?
Do you remember exactly how he told?
I remember some of it. I know as it was occurring, I'm literally looking at Bart just like, dude, you better be typing this shit down because this is incredible what's happening right here. And
So,
he is. He's like on his phone just hammering.
should I just read what my notes say, just straight up,
Yes.
and then we'll try to
Lead
dissect
with
this?
that, and then I'll fill in the gaps.
These are just my scrambled notes at 2:30 in the morning, trying to
Well, here,
remember
before you
everything.
get into it,
Here,
did
no,
You
I'll
have
just
no. You
read.
have to read them
I'm
word for
gonna read
word,
them word
letter
for
for
word.
letter. Like,
okay.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
yeah.
Viagra Uber driver quotes, "Call the neighbor, has a new girlfriend. He's 69 and girlfriend is 57 with the drive of a teenager, and he has 2 ex-wives."
So he literally
Sounds like
this is,
my future, dude.
this is probably the most quality 8 minutes of my life. This guy.
It's like looking in a crystal ball.
So you know how normally like you're like not sure about like how the Uber ride, like if this is going to be an icebreaker kind of thing or if it's just going to be like dead. We get in and Bart says that one thing. I think the first thing this guy starts talking about, we got 8 solid minutes of just his full sex life from the past 2 months.
He literally, the first line was like, "You guys ever tried that Viagra shit?" I'm like, "No, actually, I haven't." He's like,
Yeah, he's
yet.
like, "Oh yeah, you probably haven't needed that yet." And then he goes into how he just got this new girlfriend, and he's like, "God, I love my life right now," like just going off. And he's talking about how like this chick is just a savage or whatever. And then he goes on the next. He's telling this whole story about the first time he tried Viagra, you know, and he's like, he's like, "Yeah, dude, if you need some, like, just go tell your doctor you got ED, dude. They'll hook it up, like immediately." And so he goes into this whole story about how the first time he had it, like he's freaking just rocking. What was he saying? He's like, oh shit. He said he couldn't. He's like, you know, you can't finish if you're on Viagra, right? And he's like, I tried so many times. And then he's like
"For
saying
2 hours."
for 4 solid, dude. He's like, she just couldn't take it anymore. She's like, I gotta stop. And she's like, aren't we supposed to call the doctor? And he's like, fuck that. Call the neighbor. He's like, she didn't like that.
Dude, what a beauty.
Dude, and it just keeps going on and on. And he's talking about how he's been divorced so many times, like all the money he's lost.
And
And then he's like,
"My first divorce was 500 grand. My second one was $1 million." And me and Pink are looking at each other like, "Who's this guy hanging out with?"
yeah, no shit. And I'm like, and how much coin do you have? You're like driving Uber still? Like, what
Ubers.
the hell?
Yeah, he was talking about how he wanted to make, like, if he hits a certain amount, he makes like $70 extra or something.
Yeah, he's like, I need to hit my bonus tonight. And then he's
What
telling
kind
us
of car
how
was he driving?
and he's willing to pay
Dude, I don't
$1 million
remember.
for a divorce.
well, and
Adam,
then
what
he's
kind of
saying
car was it?
I want to say it was like a Hyundai or something. Just a
Okay, so
typical
nothing.
Uber car.
Yeah. Well, and he's telling us like how he picked up this other guy. He's like, he must get into this with everybody that he picks up because he's like, yeah, I picked up this other guy and like he had like 13 divorces. He lost like 23 million, and we're like, what the fuck?
13? There's no way.
Mind you, 8-minute Uber.
I mean-
Yeah, this is firing. Like I'm dying laughing in the back seat. Like,
regardless of it, if this is like truth or not, this is just an absolute fabulous like story that he's manufactured.
I
Like,
know,
this
like
is
whatever.
amazing.
Here, and Bart gave him a fat ass tip when we got out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was like, that was the best experience of my life.
Dude, it was just out of control. Like, I wish I would have just recorded the whole thing. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but
It was unbelievable. Yeah, we should have. God, I was typing down the notes, and Pink should have thought, "Oh my God, I should just turn my
just hit
camera on
record.
and just
Yeah.
hit record," because we would have just played
my
the whole
God.
thing straight, and you guys would have just hurled over laughing.
You're just an animal.
But
this
that's
guy.
about exactly what the Uber ride was. It
Yeah.
was unbelievable.
Yeah. Which was a nice change up from the Uber we took there. Because when we got dropped off at the house, the guy we're just in the middle of the road and he just stopped and we just got out. He's like, this is it. We get out. We hadn't talked to the guy or anything. And we had the address, but you couldn't like see any of the house numbers. And what? The address was like,
Dude, we were in a sketchy
it was a
neighborhood in
cracked
St.
out
Paul.
neighborhood, first of all. Like no streetlights, nothing, like total crack stack houses. And it's like the one we were going to was 114. And the one that we were looking at was 111, but you couldn't see that it wasn't a 4. So we start like walking up to this house and the windows are all like blown out and stuff. We're like, there's no way this is it. We're like literally walking up to the door. And then all of a sudden the music turns on and we're like, oh, it's over there. Like we almost walk into this like blown out drug house.
It's like
And
one
then-
of those I Am Legend movie, like the I Am Legend movie where like the
Dude, that's what
person
the
who's a
street looked
zombie
like.
is like looking out from the drapery.
Yeah.
It's just you and your German
And
Shepherd.
you're like, Jesus. oh my
Like if they
God."
wouldn't have turned the music on at that
Yeah.
moment, we would have been gunned down in that house.
Yes.
Not a question.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
But no, so anyways, yeah,
And your
best
German
Uber ride
Shepherd.
ever. And next morning, Pink and I wake up and we go get breakfast, and our forgotten soul wandered back in. Never seen someone with more shame on his face. And went up,
Wouldn't
took
even
a
make
shower,
eye
and was good to
contact.
go. Wouldn't make eye contact or anything. But he made it. He made it. He did great. He rallied harder than anybody I've ever seen in my life. But then with that, we had our meetup on Sunday, and I just like I do want to add after that funniest story and just all these weird experiences that happened at night, that like 2 hours, honest to God, was like the most humbling and coolest thing that
Insane.
has ever happened to me in this industry by far. Because we're just like, I'm a YouTube channel of like 7,000 subscribers, and like, yeah, it says people watch this, but you don't really believe it or like really understand that number until like you walk out on the showroom floor and there's like a mob of 50 to 75 people waiting for you to get there. And it was very cool and like very weird. I don't know how else to explain it, right, Pink? Like it was
Yeah.
super cool. Very lucky to have it. Very thankful to everybody who showed up.
No, and like the fact that people are like willing to come like spend their time just to like meet us and stuff. And I mean, I don't know how many people actually totally showed up, but it was we gave away 100 hats and there was a ton of people after that. So there was definitely way over 100 people just showed up to just like whatever, hang out and chat fishing and cooking and whatever. Yeah, dude, totally crazy. Just like taking pictures of the kids and stuff. Like they were just hyped to be there and to like be hanging out with us, which was super dope, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't even know how to do. Yeah, like you said, it's just a weird feeling because it's like you do all this stuff just with your buddies. It's not like you're doing it and these people are watching it, but you don't like get that feel. Like there's some disconnect with like, yeah, there's getting views or whatever. Like, what does that actually feel like, when these people like come there? But it's nuts. It's absolutely insane. But it was sick. We gave away like a ton of prizes. Like I think people were hyped about the whole deal.
Yeah, it was super cool. So, I mean, other than that, I'm trying to think of if anything else happened that I wanted to remember other than Clam got rid of their cracked blue ice floor and put down a felt floor. So if you walked around for about 2 or 3 minutes and then touched a metal object, you basically got shocked
zapped.
into oblivion. Like big time. Like it scared you.
Yeah, that was pretty rowdy.
But yeah, no, other than that, it was awesome. Thank you to, I mean, if anybody's listening to this who showed up, we did. Oh, I was telling Hahner this before, Will. We had our first person come up to us. It was super cool. So everyone's coming up saying, huge fan of the Chronicles, huge fan of the Chronicles. One guy comes up and he goes, huge fan of the podcast. And I was like, I love you.
Yeah, dude,
We'll
it was
take it.
sick. And he's like, dude, I listened to every episode and like all this stuff. Like he
take
listens to it at work. That
That's
was
awesome.
so sweet.
That's awesome. We'll take it. We'll take
We
it.
got one, boys. We got one. We got
Shout
one.
out to that guy.
What
He's
an
listening right
idiot.
now.
Yeah.
What an
Yeah.
idiot.
But it was the other thing, super sick. We had our Crappie Chronicles rods were for sale, and we actually did some serious sale. Like we got rid of a bunch of rods. Like even after our seminar, we had people coming up, so we got like a bunch of our own rods out there fishing right now.
Yeah. That
That's
was cool. And actually, okay, this is the one side topic that is funny. So we have our custom rods with Thorn Brothers, and they're like $140 to $150 customized rods. You know, they're pricey, but we make them that way because that's what we use. And so Griff made like the first fully made schoolie rod like on the market, basically, like all completely decked out. And if you don't know what a schoolie is, it's literally like a $5 reel. But the funniest part of it was we attached a couple reels to them, and they just couldn't stop selling them. But I guess the best part was Pinkallas is the one who invented that.
And so we were selling these at Thorn Brothers. So like whatever, they're a muskie shop. Like we're working with them. They make custom rods. They're whatever. They're just on a rack there. And they had some of the schoolie reels right there. And I was talking to one of the guys there, and we're like, "Why don't we just like throw
what
it?"
is a schoolie reel? Is
So
it
it's
that
just-
dowel?
No,
Like that round?
it's a plastic,
Just like plastic,
circle.
yeah.
It's
Just
a
one-
round dowel reel that you can't really reel into. You just let the line out and you jig that. Or
It's the
what-
most
You can
basic
reel
one of
it.
those you could
It's like
ever imagine.
it's like a little
You can-
plastic, like one to
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Okay.
Pink cutout. He's back.
I screwed it for us, boys.
It's
I
like
messed it up.
friction drag reel, just
Mhm.
one gear. Just like it literally costs $5, like retail.
Yeah.
But it's going on like $150 rod. But it's just like set up for that. Whatever. That's just how it works. But we wanted to put one just on a rod, so people were like connecting the two, because the reels were for sale like right next to the rod. So we just put one on there, right? Well, this one dude comes up. Well, the guy from Thorn Brothers he's like, "Bet you can't sell one of these in 20 minutes." I'm like, "I bet." The next person that comes up was like this kid that was trying to buy one anyway. And I'm like, dude, like talking him into this whole thing. And he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna buy this right now." I was like, "Dude."
Oh God, the punchline just got cut out.
Damn, it's always the worst timing, dude.
We've learned that Pinkalla's basement Wi-Fi isn't actually better.
No, it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same or worse.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
All right, punchline.
Punchline. He's here to buy the rod. I said, "You can just have the reel for free," which this is not my store at all. I was just like, "You can have it." So we like take it up to the register or whatever. And the guy at Thorn was just like, "Yeah, all right, that's cool." Just because it was like a $5 reel or whatever. So then we proceed to just start taping them on all the rods and just like running this special that doesn't exist, that they can just take these reels if they buy these rods. And we literally sold every single one we taped a reel on. Hadn't sold like any prior to that, but we just taped this $5 reel on there and just are blowing them out.
That's sweet.
Because they get a free reel.
We're like, dude, yeah, it's a combo. It's
It's a
weird.
good deal.
Yeah.
It's a combo with like the dial turn. Like I'm cranking in a crappie.
Literally.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a cult following technique.
I went through a
So,
slice stage.
That's like I've got a bunch of them back at home. Like that's
Yeah.
basically what my dad grew up fishing for panfish.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's like it's
With
kind
the
of the
spring
thing that like
bobber and the-
went out and now it's coming back in. Kind of like how the hair jig thing like went
the
away.
palm over,
It's like
finger on the blank.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, crazy.
I went through a schoolie stage.
Yeah. Back before you found trout.
Yeah.
No.
Look how far that's
Well, hey,
gotten me.
free reels at Thorn though. So
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out. Great deal. Way to make a deal. The art of the deal.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, St. Paul Ice Show. There's a little bit of a review of some of our fun times that were had there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. But now I think we were going to do a couple other things, but that took a little bit longer than anticipated. So, what we're going to dive into, since it's the holiday season, we're going to dive into another weigh-in segment. So, if you are just tuning in now, what the weigh-in is it is a segment where we go through and draft items in like, I don't know, snake draft style order. So what the topic this time is a commonly asked question around the holidays. What is a good Christmas gift or holiday gift, for being politically correct here? What's a good holiday gift for an outdoorsman? So we're going to dive through that. We put a limit on it of $200 because we're not going to get too crazy with this. So yeah, we're going to dive through it that way. And the way we are going to go about this is pick one of one is going to go to Ryan Pinkalla because he won the last one, which was our weigh-in of best Thanksgiving foods. And then I will be 2 because I was second for Thanksgiving foods. Hahner was 3, so he is 3rd, and Will was not in attendance. So sorry, Will, you're 4th.
That's fine. I get the
So I didn't make
wraparound.
last.
So.
He gets a back-to-back, so that's not
The
bad.
4th is you want 1 or 4. I mean, I think, but
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay.
So
and
now with
the
these
thing
picks.
the thing with it, like, as far as I know, like, unless we're doing this different, we don't have, this isn't like, we're not plugging these because we're like affiliated with these things.
No.
Not at
We're
all.
just doing them because they're
No, not at
dope,
all.
like gifts and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
just
yeah,
making
and there
sure.
might be things, if you know us, there might be things that we are affiliated with that we're saying because it's like stuff we've gotten for gifts for other people that have been well received. So
right,
you
but
can,
it's just, these are just good gifts.
these are
So,
good gifts. Yeah, no matter what brand, and we'll try to be like, if it's brand specific, we'll make it overarching. So it's like you can get whatever brand you want, but this product is a good idea.
Yes.
Agreed. Okay. All right, I'm gonna lead it off. So I've gotten this before, actually.
Oh,
and
sorry, Pink. And
What?
the one thing too, we will put up a graphic of this,
Oh, yeah.
and it will be up. Vote for a winner of who you think picked the best holiday gifts, and that will determine draft order next time. And Pink wants, if we get enough people on our socials, so at Pass the Barb, and enough people are interacting, we will eventually have a punishment to a loser, and we will figure something out. But we're just starting this now and getting everybody on board. So, all right, Pink, let's get this rolling, and I will take notes.
All right, I'm leading this off. So I'm going with an Onyx map subscription. This is like an
Ooh,
awesome
That's,
gift.
that's a
Fucker.
good
Great
one.
pick.
It's
That's a
so-
really good one.
It's a
That is
good one,
Great 1-1.
Yeah.
Yes.
and they're like, for even if you have it, I mean, you got to renew it every year anyway, so you can buy just like
Fucking
a
A.
gift card for it. Boom.
Cannot
Next.
be beat.
Can't.
Cannot
is.
be
That's
beat.
a great pick.
Pinkalla.
You can take that to the bank. You're welcome,
I
everyone.
literally
Hey,
was
this is
going to
coming.
take that. I was going to take that in the
Sit
first
back in
round
your
because I didn't think anyone would expect me to take a hunting thing.
I didn't, but I had to lead with it because someone was wanting that one.
That is such
That's
a good one.
one, dude.
Very
That is a
good gift. Okay. Oh, where are my notes? Okay. I will go with, okay. So this one, I don't know how this, I could get this one whenever. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with something else. Oh boy, I'm panicking. Okay, so this is what I'm going to go with, and this has gone over very well in my family because nobody actually buys them. So I buy them for people who aren't even necessarily an outdoorsman. It's a good outdoorsman gift. A good pair of gloves.
Ooh,
So
nice.
whatever style that is, whether it's like, you know, say, for example, like
Can-
ice armor mitts, or
Can you be a little? I think you got to get a little more specific.
Yeah, I agree, because there's a lot of
That's
options.
too
there.
broad.
Like, rein it in a little bit.
Not to
okay?
be.
I will say
You need
like
to be a little
Bring
more.
it, Blackfish. Bring
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, bring it. I need
Okay.
a specific model. Like you can't, fingerless. Or the
Okay.
finger
Or
Okay,
at least
do
how about a material?
I
I
will
know.
go-
I know the gloves that you're talking about. They are nice gloves.
I was gonna go with, I'm gonna go winter gloves actually first, and I'm gonna go with like a nice pair of ice armor mitts, whatever model you want to go with, but like mitts, because
Yep.
nobody actually
Chopper.
goes and like a chopper, like a nice pair of mitts, because nobody actually goes out and buys those. But if you get them as a gift, you will use them for a decade.
Great.
pick.
That's a great pick.
Great
Yep.
pick. Great pick. Yeah, that's solid.
So it's me next.
Yeah. Yep.
Correct.
Okay. So my brother bought one of these here earlier this year, and it has been like absolutely awesome for like charging things and being out in the woods and having phone service, whatever. But it is the Flex Solar portable USB solar charger basically you strap it to your backpack, and you have a USB that you can stick in there, whether it's a iPhone, a Samsung, does not matter. You can charge your phone with it. You can charge your, you know, I mean, you can charge your vape with it. You can charge whatever you want with it. But it costs like $49.99, and the thing works like an absolute charm. And it has been like, I was super impressed by it. And I thought for like a bunch of people that are camping or hunting, fishing, lay that thing out, put it on your backpack. It is, yeah, it's been super cool.
And you said you have one?
Yeah, we have one.
And it works
It
pretty damn
works
good.
absolutely phenomenal.
That's sweet. You can never
Like-
have enough power.
No,
Yeah.
like you can charge your phone in like, I don't know, 2 hours.
Sick.
That's
That's
good.
cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, you
That's a
just strap it
great
to your backpack.
And
Super
what's the
lightweight.
name of it?
Awesome.
Run that back. What's the
What's
name
the
one more
brand?
time?
It is Flex Solar. There's like a bunch of like different brands that are super expensive, but this one's only like $50, and it is worked super well. It's called Flex Solar. It's just a portable USB solar charger. It's got like 3 panels on it, so you just strap it to your backpack, like however, you know, if
Sweet.
you're hiking or, you know, hunting, whatever, and then your phone, so you can look at that OnX app that you just bought.
Love it. I would love
And,
that as a
you're,
gift.
You're
honestly.
solid. Yeah.
That's a good
Sweet.
one.
Yeah.
So
It's super cool.
that's a solid pick, and that's
All right,
pretty
Stolski.
universal, like you said too. I'm gonna go with a good rechargeable headlamp.
Ooh.
I mean, this is something that you can use fishing, hunting, camping. For a long time, I used to just bought the super cheap headlamps, you know, but I finally spent a little bit of money on one, and it's the one that I use is by Peaks Equipment, PEAX. It's the Backcountry Duo headlamp. It's a little more spendy. It's like $90, but I like it a lot. You can actually detach it off of the thing, and it can be a flashlight too. And the thing I really like about it, it has a great red light. So, you know, a lot of them had red lights, but this one is like a really good red light. Like when I hike in the morning, I always use the red, you know, so you don't blow things out. But I think any good rechargeable headlamp is a great gift, and they're almost always under $100. So a great gift for anything fishing, hunting, camping.
Yeah.
And if you are buying one of those, that's a great place to spend maybe a little more than you think you would, because it pays to have a solid headlamp. Like even if you're not an outdoors person, for someone else.
And the other thing I've noticed too is since I spent a little more money on it, I keep track of it better. I'm not so loosey goosey with where I put it. Like it has a spot in my pack. It always goes there because I spent more money.
Agreed.
I've got a Petzl, and that was an expensive headlamp for, you know, I used it for walleye fishing and like early morning salmon fishing and stuff like that. And I never lose it because it's, you know, more expensive, and it is worth it. Definitely worth it.
For sure.
And somebody will get a ton of use out of that too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yep. Power goes out, you're good to go. So
yeah.
All right, Stolski, you got another. You're on the back end. You got 2 in a row.
Yeah, I forgot I got the wraparound.
Got lost in the snake.
I got lost in the snake. I'm gonna go, and this is kind of a basic pick, but a good pair of merino wool socks. I think it's
well done, bud. Well done.
I'm big on my
That's
feet.
That's a money pick.
And if we're doing brands, I'll go Darn Tough. Those are the ones I like to wear. But really, everybody's making good merino right now. Like Smartwool, Duckworth, Kuyusika. Everybody makes like really solid merino, but just a good pair of merino socks. People will get use out of them. They don't get smelly. They keep you warm. And they don't get like wet either. So yeah, good pair of merino socks.
Very good pick. Back to Hahner.
So I'm gonna go. Stealth Cam Connect. It's a cellular cam, and that is a cam like basically an outwoods camera that you put out for deer or whatever like that, but that connects to your phone, and it's like a basic priced one, but super good, super reliable. It connects with Verizon. It's $115, pretty reasonable for one of those cameras, and it works extremely well, like even in shitty service and stuff like that. Like we've been super impressed by it. So that is the Stealth Cam Connect cellular camera. It's $115. If you're looking to buy one for your loved one, that is the camera. It's been pretty sweet.
And that type of equipment, it's like available at a lot of places, so I'm sure there's deals too.
Yeah, there's
like,
a ton of deals.
So many sporting goods stores that carry those cameras right now.
Yes. Yep.
Sweet.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to take this one next because I'm worried someone might take it. But I think that this one, again, I don't think is very flashy, but will get a ton of use. And that is a nice life jacket, like a Mustang or an Onyx.
Good pick.
Like they're very pricey for like if I go into a dealership and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy the $150, $180 life jacket. Like no one does that. They buy the like $20 ones. So like a really nice one. I don't know anyone who fishes a lot who has one of those who doesn't love it and wear it way more than they do the other one because they're way more comfortable. So if
you're talking inflatable, right? Like
yeah.
Cartridge. Yep.
Yeah, cartridge, whatever it is, like a nice Mustang or
Good
Onyx
pick.
or is it Onyx?
Onyx.
Onyx. Yeah.
ONYX.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
ONY. Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
There's a Y in it.
Yeah, there's a nice but yeah, a nice life jacket. Like I think that's a really good gift that will get a lot of use because ever since I bought one for myself, like I use it all the time and it's just the best.
And I think the other good thing about that is if you get that for someone, it shows that you care about them, you know, and you want them to survive. So I think it's a nice pick all around.
Unless
Good
you
call.
buy a shitty one.
unless you take the CO2 cartridge out of it before and give it to someone and be like, yeah, you just pull this and it'll inflate, you know, and like
take a look at all my Bassmaster pictures. It's got the red on it.
Dude, my shit was always
very unlegal.
Because it blows up in the rod locker, dude.
Yeah. It's like, or you just like unscrew the CO2 just a little bit so it won't deploy.
Yeah,
like,
never work. Yeah.
Hey, stay safe out there, man.
But use them properly, damn it. Use them right.
Yeah.
All right, fly fisherman. Quiet.
All right, Pink, what do you got?
3 feet deep. Oh,
I think Pink is currently muted.
we lost Pinkalla.
You're back.
I think he's back.
Unreal.
Need him
All
to
right,
pull the cord.
So anyway, I would love this as a gift, so that's why I put it on my list. These have been so far my favorite footwear that I've had for a long time. So if you're whatever buying shoes for somebody, these extra tough ankle boots, by far the best shoes that I've had for just like outdoor stuff. Keep them by the door, use them all the time.
They're great boots.
I mean, there's other brands too of these like basically just like an ankle deck boot, but I like the extra tough ones.
Everybody's making them now. Sims has one, yeah. Grundon's has one. There's a bunch,
there's like
but
you can spend as much or as little on them as you want. Like probably anywhere from like $50 to like $150. You know, just depending on quality. But like, I don't know. The extra tough ones are great, but I know, like a ton of companies, if you just search ankle deck boots, it's kind of like a rubber boot that's only like 6 inches tall.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, they're super nice. Like that type of boot, like I wear it, seems like every day during whatever season, summer, fall. Like especially in the fall, like I wear it constantly.
Yeah,
especially if there's any kind of if it's wet at all, like it's a great fall, spring, winter. I wear them all the time to the store.
That's what I wear when I'm
Yep.
in my boat. That's my rain gear boot.
Yeah,
they're perfect.
Just keep in my boat.
They're awesome. Yep, good pick.
Pink, you're back up.
All right, I'm stealing this one from Bart, and I even have one here. This right here.
Oh.
This is a printed canvas, like of a photo, right? These are so sick. So Bart actually gave me this this is when we were filming the Chronicles, is a whatever photo he took. But these are super dope, and they're really not that expensive. You can get them printed from a ton of places, and they'll just take any photo you took and print it on like a canvas. Like if you're obviously listening, you can't see this, but it's maybe like maybe an inch and a half thick, like kind of stands out from the
and
wall.
you can get them like 20 by 16, 24 by 20, whatever size you want.
Almost any dimension, but they look sweet, and you could even like you get 3-4 of them, whatever. If you have adventures you went on with people, or somebody had like a notable like kill in their season or whatever, it's kind of a cool way to put it up on the wall. And I've never seen somebody get one of those and be bummed about it. So
they're very easy to hang because they're not heavy.
Yeah,
so
this thing weighs nothing. It's
so
like a hollow
so
box.
easy to take care of.
Yeah, that's like my buddy has in his garage. He has all the muskies that we've caught that are like, big muskies, whatever.
Yeah.
And he has them on like 14-inch to 36-inch, depending on the size of the muskie.
That's sick.
That's cool.
And it has it like, instead of mounts, he has it pictures. And
Really
I actually
cool.
like that better.
Yeah, that's a cool way of doing it.
When it's like a very like personalized gift too. Like if it's a photo of like you and that person or like whatever, like it's super cool.
Yeah, and Bart gave me a couple from our smallmouth series, and they're super cool.
Yeah, they're really awesome.
And that's the other thing, because like Outdoorsman in general, we take pictures and we have pictures of stuff we kill or catch or whatever it is, and we always keep them on our phone. Like nobody gets, like we went past the Polaroid era where everyone had pictures, so no one actually prints them anymore.
Yeah.
So that's a very good one, Pink.
And like
I
Hahner
actually didn't have that idea, so that's a very good one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and like Hahner said, like if you're somebody that, I mean, I know there's a lot of like varying levels of outdoors people, but if you're not into like taxidermy, like if you don't have like a bunch of like heads and stuff, or somebody's not into that, like some wall art is like super chill. You can just like put it wherever,
Yeah.
That is a very good one. My next one I'm going to take from Hahner before he has a chance to do it, because this overlaps with Blackfish and Sims, and whatever outdoor apparel brand you want. But like whatever their nice soft shell or whatever sweatshirt or jacket would be. So like with, like what Cody's wearing, or Blackfish makes like a Gale hoodie. Something like that. It's a sweatshirt or a jacket that costs like $130 to $160, and they will wear them 24/7.
Yes,
it's just a more expensive, nice sweatshirt, basically, outer layer, and they will get used all the time.
And go with the down one if you can. Like if it's available.
Yeah. So like I think Sims has a lot of down ones, and then like Blackfish's are soft shell.
They're both great.
Fleece
Sims has
but,
ones too, like the Challenger zip up, and then I have another one. I don't know if they make it anymore. It had like these nice neoprene cuffs, but
you guys know what I'm talking about. What should that be labeled as for like the graphic? Like, what do you think that's like?
Down jacket.
Yeah, maybe
No,
or just like how about like midweight jacket?
Midweight jacket.
Yeah, mid layer.
Yeah.
Or a soft shell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because those aren't
who's up next?
I think I'm up. So I'm a huge like gallon jug guy. Like when I go to Quick Trip, I buy like my $1.50 gallon jug of water that I have with me, and it's convenient, it's cheap, but the problem is it either gets like super cold or super warm. And during my birthday, my mom bought me this Yeti Rambler 1 gallon water jug, which is like perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. It's obviously 1 gallon, keeps your stuff like super, either like just that mid-range, like nice temperature that you can drink it, and it's super convenient. And you can refill it. So the Yeti Rambler 1 gallon jug, that is my gift. And it's not necessarily cheap, but it's super convenient for those people that like to drink a lot of water and be out on the boat all the time.
Yep. And it keeps your stuff from freezing too. Like if you're out in the winter.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
I'm
good one.
sure like the Yeti ones, I'm sure dope, but there's a lot of brands making those now. Like if you're not wanting
Tons
to
of 'em.
shell out that kind of coin for one.
Yeah, you can go to what's that other company called?
Like Arctic makes a good
Arctic.
one, I'm sure.
That's it.
Yep.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of. Yep.
That's
They
a
all
sick
make
one.
they all make a really good one.
Yeah, I'd be
All
hyped
right.
to get that.
All right, Will, what are we at?
I'm gonna go with a good fillet knife. So
Ooh,
and then
I had that marked down.
a brand. I'll go Bubba Blade. I'm a Bubba
Yeah,
Blade.
I had the Bubba knife set down.
Yeah, I'm a Bubba guy. Fixed blade. I've never used the Bubba electric, but I'm a fixed blade guy, and I had a Bubba that has cut probably, I don't know, like literally thousands of salmon probably, and they hold a great edge. You just gotta stay on them like sharpening wise, but good knives. Yeah, I like the Bubba 7-inch tapered flex is what I use, but I mean it's crazy now. They make like a ton of different ones. I haven't used any of the other ones, just the 7-inch and the 9-inch, but yeah, good fillet knife. It'll be around a long time. So
Sweet. That's an awesome gift.
That's a great one. You're back to back again.
oh, okay, this is my final pick.
Final pick, baby.
All right, I'm gonna go with one a little outside of the box. At least I think so. Anyways, I'm gonna go with a label maker.
That's a
Now-
great gift.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys have a label maker or use them, but
I do.
That's a terrible gift.
If you saw Cody's boat, you would understand why he thinks that.
so you need a label maker, is what you're saying, Cody.
Cody needs a label.
Yeah.
Honor.
I'll send
It's a
you
great
one.
gift for Cody.
I have one, and I use it all the time, not just for fishing and hunting, but I just label everything now. Like everything's labeled.
You
But
would.
It's a good gift.
He's
So you
just
there
got Will's just putting labels on like his silverware and stuff.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh,
Dude, I got it in my desk for
Phone.
labeling hard drives. And
I'm
shit.
like labeling like empty beers, like
Butter
empty
knife.
one.
he's like, it came with a mile of printer paper here. I got to use it up.
Dang, dude. I got it on my
With that
TV
Steak
remote.
knife.
Yes.
With that said, if you do get them a
Ice
label
cream
maker,
scoop.
order a
Ice
couple
cream.
replacement rolls for the label maker because they'll burn through them immediately.
It's addicting for sure. When you first go and you're like, dude, I got a label. Like, come on now. You know?
And then you label stuff for like 2 hours and you're like, I know where it all is. I could do way
Yeah.
more.
This is
That's
awesome.
like the gift. You like rip it open and you're like, and then like you go home and you're like, oh God,
yeah.
this is the deal.
Dude, once you label like
Well-
all your tackle boxes and stuff, when Cody Hahner got in my boat in the fall when we started filming Chasing Ghosts, and he's opening my center compartment, like, where's your oh my God. Oh, it's right here. He just pulls it right out.
I'm an absolute tragedy when it comes to like fishing organization.
You're still running the
Absolute.
Fleet Farm bag. Like,
oh,
No,
system.
dude, you know, like the middle discount bin
Not
at
even
Thorn
Fleet
Brothers
Farm.
at the ice
Walmart.
show.
Just
That's
straight
what
treble hooks through the bag and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Just like
that's what his center
ripping 'em
compartment
apart.
looks like.
It's like the mesh pocket in the front. There's just like 50 plastics like shoved in there, you know?
Yeah.
And then all the fallout from like the 1 week where you tried to use gallon bags and just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's kind of ripped in half, one's tipped over. There's
Yeah.
one perfectly still sealed in the back, and you're like, oh, that's where that is.
Yes. Oh God.
Yeah, no, that's a really good one, Will. Label makers are very
Label
good.
maker. Wow. Wow.
That's a steal in the 4th round.
I figured I could get it in the fourth.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
Well
Thank you.
done. Hahner.
All right, so I got one because I have to have music on me at all times, and this is one that I've had with me for a long time. Especially if you fish alone by yourself, like during weekdays and stuff. It is the JBL Clip. It is a small little speaker that you can clip to your belt loop and stuff, and you can pull your music. It is super loud. You have it on your side at all times. It's super convenient and easy, and it doesn't cost very much. It's like $50. Awesome little deal. Awesome little deal. I cannot go fishing without it.
Good pick.
That's sick.
Good pick.
Very good pick. Okay. We have 2 left that I both thought are good ones, but I will go. Okay, I'll go with. Is it okay if I pick a couple things that are like in a little pack because they're very similar?
No.
They're from one brand.
No, you have to pick
Gotta
one.
be
I think when I say
No,
it, you would
it's
get
one.
it.
It's one.
Nope. One.
Okay, then I'm going something else.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Rapala touchscreen scale.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, good pick.
That's the one
Good
that's
pick.
more of like
Solid.
square on top, right?
Yep, it's square on top.
Yeah,
You
the
can get the
touchscreen.
15 or the
Yep.
50 pound.
You can post your best
great.
5 in the fall, like everybody does, and flex.
Yeah, you can do that too, Instaflex if you want. But it is very nice to have, especially if you're a tournament fisherman or just, I mean, if you're a regular
Sweet scales.
fisherman, just goes out to like, it's just really nice to have. And
Yeah,
they're
nice
very
scales.
reliable. They work really well. They're super easy to use. If I remember right, they're like $40 to $60. I can't remember.
Yeah, I
but
think they're like $50.
You want to
Yeah.
just say the name of that one more time?
the Rapala touchscreen scale.
Nice. Yeah, that's a solid one.
So is it pink now?
Yeah, this is my last pick, right?
This is the last pick of the draft.
Who's
Mr.
that?
Relevant.
All right, here we go. So this one, I thought Stolski was about to say this. So this is close, but this is a separate one. So I'm going with it. So for like people that are in the outdoors, I mean, I love to cook. So there's a lot of people that are kind of into that or getting into that. An 8-inch chef knife, I think, is an excellent gift for any outdoors person. Like if you're a hunter or angler, you cook any of the stuff you got. Well, even if you're just cooking.
Oh, we just lost you.
You need to be on YouTube just to watch Pinkallas.
It just never
freak out
fails, dude. It's
whenever.
always like right when he's
It
about
would
to
be
give an
It would
explanation.
be a hell of a drinking game.
Oh man, that guy.
Great
that-
Christmas gift for
waster.
Pinkalla will be a Wi-Fi booster.
All right. There's something. But anyway, excellent gift for anyone. So chef style knife is kind of like a taller, fat blade. You can find them anywhere. The one that I would recommend because I have it and it's dope. 8-inch olive wood handle from Cutlux. It's like a $50 knife. Comes in a dope little box. It's like a real flashy gift. You open it up. It's like a flat, like black box. You open it up. Sick knife in there. Olive wood handle, big stainless blade. Super easy to sharpen. You'll get a ton of use out of it. Like I've literally.
Just
we just lost him again.
That might be the end.
But no, I think every single cooking segment
great
in the Chronicles has been filmed with that knife.
Yeah,
Great
it's
pick.
enough. Whatever. There's a lot of them out there. You can spend as much or as little as you want. I would say get something that's at least probably in that $50 plus price range just to get like some at least decent steel on the knife. But I prefer the wood handle ones. I think they look good. Like they look good in your kitchen, whatever you're doing, versus like a plastic.
No, that's a
I
good
like
one.
that.
That's a good pick. Good universal
Good
pick too. Yeah.
So I will read through everyone's quick, and then we'll do any honorable mentions we might have. But so we got Pinkalla with an Onyx membership, extra tough ankle boots, printed canvas, and an 8-inch chef knife olive wood handle Cutlux. Then I've got me with a good pair of chopper mitts, a nice Mustang or Onyx life jacket, a midweight or soft shell jacket, and the Rapala touchscreen scale. Hahner, I have Flex Solar USB charger, Stealth Cam Connect cell cam, the Yeti Rambler water jug,
Very
and JBL
technical.
clip speaker. And then Stolski, I have rechargeable headlamp, and I think I have, I don't know what brand, PEAX, I think I wrote down.
Peaks.
Peaks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I have. But yeah. Anyways.
And then Merino wool socks, good fillet knife, Bubba, and a label maker.
Sick.
So those
I'm-
are great gifts. I think you'll crush it with whoever you're buying for if you get some of those. If you know what kind of the little more into, whether it's hunting, fishing, whatever that might be. I think we got it all covered pretty good right there. Any honorable mentions, boys?
I got one, and I'm gonna lead it off. I just texted it to you boys so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's a new company. It's called Mini Muleys. If you
Yes,
like,
seen
if
them.
you go on,
Awesome.
if you go on a okay. So first of all, what it is they make miniature, like literally this big, like 3 or 4 inches big replicas of like antlers from like a deer you shot or an elk or whatever. All you got to do is like take some photos. They send you like little kits, like take all the pictures. You send it into them. They like 3D print these like little European mounts. It's like a skull with the antlers. It looks so sick. It's like an exact replica that's like that big. You know, if you went on like an epic trip with somebody, and maybe you took your best buddy on an elk hunt and you guys killed a bull, and like maybe you got the rack or he got the rack, you can like literally gift like these replicas to your buddies that were on the trip with you, or just like a cool thing to keep in your office. And it's not that expensive, honestly. I think it's like $80, which is like, I mean, kind of expensive, but for what it is, I mean, they're the only people doing it. It's a super dope gift.
It's a sick idea. Yeah.
It's
That's
They're
a
so
really
cool.
idea.
It's
Yeah,
super
and
cool.
they do.
They'll even
they
do like shoulder mounts too.
Yeah,
They're more
yeah.
expensive, but they will.
They started doing that, and you can even do like shed antlers. Like they do a lot of cool stuff. But check them out. It's called Mini Muleys, and you can go on there. I think they have some you can just buy, but they also have some that are like a replica of like the rack you are sending them the photos of.
Yeah.
And they do
And like Pink was
an
saying, yeah,
amazing job.
you take like a 360 photo of it. They do. It's sick. Great Instagram page too. It's worth a follow for sure.
Yeah. So that's a unique one, I think, that probably a lot of people don't know about.
That's a
No,
good one,
that's
dude.
that's a really good one, Pink. That's a really good one.
Um,
The other one, the one I was debating on, was the Arsenal scissors and the Nico Wacky tool. I figured they're kind of like
Super
they
solid.
they sell them in a pack. They're two different things. You can get them together, but like a good pair of scissors for a fisherman, not like an $8 pair that cuts braid really good and everything. Those are a very good gift because a lot of bass fishermen they will spend a lot of money on baits, but then they're like, oh, I need new scissors, and then just chuck in like a $3 pair in their cart and check out.
Mm-hmm.
it's a good one.
Hahner or Will, did you have any good ones?
Yeah, I had okay, I'm gonna talk about this was out of the price range, but I just wanted to talk about it quick. The Kuiu Super Down Pro pants. Dude, so
Now
if
we're
you're
talking.
like if you're a Western hunter, you're doing a lot of glassing. I have them. I got a pair last year. They're so sick. It's like a sleeping bag on your legs. Like you stay so warm in those things. And they have the full length zipper, and the on the hip, it's like Velcro. So you just can unvelcro it and you can just like peel them off like really fast. They're awesome, dude. Super good. I would get the pros over the ultras because they're reinforced on the ass and the knees. They're a little more expensive, but they're like, they've changed the game for me because I can sit in glass now for like hours, dude. I don't get cold because I have like a good puffy jacket too. Like the pants complete it. My legs used to always get cold. Like my legs get cold, but with those pants, whew, so nice. But they're above our price thing here, but great pants. Would recommend.
Yeah. But if you can swing it, that's an excellent gift because most people aren't going to buy those for themselves. So
No, they're freaking so sick. Yeah. Like a down sleeping bag for your legs that you can walk. They're so sweet.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Hahner, did you have any other ideas?
The only thing that I had that I've tested out was the Sims Fall Run insulated hoodie, and that thing is like absolutely money for, you know, if you're going out on a date or you're having fun out in the woods, whatever. But that thing is super warm, super reliable. I've been wearing one for the last like 2.5 years now, and there hasn't been a rip in the seam, whatever. But I've been super impressed by it. That would be my one.
Oh, that's a good one. And the other gloves, I think Hahner thought I was going to talk about, those Blackfish aired gloves,
Yes.
waterproof gloves. I know Pink and I wear them literally all winter ice fishing too. They're like the best gloves I've ever used for cold water fishing and ice fishing too. I know ice fishing, we each keep basically 2 pairs on us because like no matter how much people want to say like, oh, the gloves don't freeze or get cold, like, dude, water gets on them, they freeze on the outside. Like that's how physics work. So what we do is we keep 2 pairs of them.
I don't think
And-
any of that statement was right.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think
it's physics.
it's
Ryan.
physics.
Maybe
Shut up. Shut up. It's physics.
nature. Sorry, I don't know, whatever you want
Fact.
to say. Element.
No, I
But,
think
it's but we keep 2 pairs on us. One we just keep in our pocket, and then the other we wear. And then if they get like start freezing on the fingertips from being out in like 0 or -10, we'll just put the other pair in our pocket and pull the other pair out.
that's a
But
solid.
like they're
solid
$50 gloves. Fingers are really good. I know Hahner wore them with me when we were
Yeah.
out. Like
They're
they're-
super nice.
they're really nice. They're
That
really
probably-
nice fishing gloves.
That probably pays for any if you're buying for an ice fisherman specifically. If you can get 2 pairs of whatever gloves you're gonna get, it's an awesome idea because inevitably they get cold or wet or whatever. So
Yeah, for sure. No, but so that was another episode or another segment of the weigh-in, and we will post a graphic of everything. You can go vote on it and interact with us on social medias. I think we will probably call it for a night, and that's another episode of Pass the Barb. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will be back next week with some new guests. We'll have our first guests. Other than Hayes. Hayes was great.
Other nice.
yeah, we had.
Yeah, we did have Hayes. I like forgot about that as I was saying it. So we'll have
Sorry,
new
Hayes,
guests.
you were super memorable.
Yeah, we love you, Hayes. We will have you back for trivia soon because we need Hayes and Hahner on trivia at the same time. So yeah, anyways, that's another episode of Pass the Barb. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and YouTube and Spotify. And yeah, we will see you on the next one.